Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. In 2017, I published 20 high potassium foods. It is currently my most watched video with over 500,000 views. With its popularity has come some interesting comments, unsubstantiated and misleading comments like the safety of farmed Chinese tilapia, that most of the foods are high in carbohydrates and not suitable for diabetics, that many of the foods are a poor source of potassium, the soil is potassium deficient, and potassium supplements are essential. Another frequent comment is about excluding someone's favorite food from the video. The internet can be a fantastic resource, but anonymity allows anyone, anywhere in the world to post false, misleading, or unsubstantiated comments. This two-part video series looks at the facts and myths behind these comments. Part 1 looks at farmed tilapia safety and carbohydrate content. Part 2 looks at plant potassium and omitted foods. First, the safety of farmed tilapia imported from China. These concerns are nothing new. They've been circulating the internet since 2006. Currently, over 80% of the seafood consumed in the U.S. is imported. 3 of the top 5 are farmed. The most popular, shrimp, is 90% farmed. Tilapia, ranked number 4, is 95% farmed, but only 70% comes from China. The video included tilapia because it's readily available and inexpensive. Anyone concerned about the safety of tilapia can substitute wild Alaskan pollock. Concerns about the safety of farmed Chinese tilapia are valid. Seafood is regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. On September 18, 2018, the FDA issued Import Alert 16-124, limiting importation of Chinese farmed tilapia. The food industry spends millions of dollars annually lobbying Congress to reduce or eliminate government food inspection regulations. While China is a leading supplier of farmed tilapia, other suppliers include Canada, USA, Ecuador, Peru, and other countries. Some takeaways are that China does not supply 99% of the farmed tilapia sold in the U.S. The FDA has banned Chinese farmed tilapia deemed unsafe, and most seafood is a good source of potassium. For more information about tilapia, you can watch my video, Tilapia Facts and Myths. The next comment is that most foods in the video are high in carbohydrates and sugar, making them unsuitable for diabetics. Since the video had 20 sample foods, 11 or more foods would have to be high in carbohydrates or sugar. Carbohydrates include sugars, starches, and fiber. Plant foods are the best source of dietary fiber. Most commenters do not define what they mean by high carb. Is it high glycemic index, high glycemic load? Most calories are from carbs, or any food with carbs? Or what criteria are they using for high in sugar? Are they referring to natural sugar, refined sugar, fructose, glucose, has a high glycemic index or load, or any food with sugar or starch? The American Heart Association recommends limiting added sugar to 36 grams a day for men and 24 grams a day for women. But this is added sugar, not naturally occurring sugar. Some examples are sugar added to soft drinks and sugar added to cakes, cookies, pies, and pastries. What about a high sugar beverage like orange juice? An 8-ounce glass of orange juice has 21 grams of sugar, but 0 grams of added sugar. Should you stop drinking or completely eliminate orange juice from your diet? Drinking a bottle of orange juice every day or two is not healthy, but most healthy people can enjoy an occasional glass of orange juice. Most diets do not restrict eating fruit high in natural sugars. On the other hand, starch is a form of sugar, and some diets recommend reducing or eliminating starchy foods. Usually, the recommendation to reduce or eliminate starchy foods is aimed primarily at overweight or obese Americans, or Americans having difficulty maintaining their weight on a high-starch diet. Several commenters have also added that the foods are not appropriate for people with diabetes. A banana is mostly starch and sugar, with a medium banana having about 4 teaspoons of sugar. But as one dietitian put it, nobody gets fat or develops diabetes from eating too many bananas. In most cases, weight gain and diabetes is due to a diet high in refined carbohydrates like flour and sugar. Is a fruit like tomatoes high carb? About 60% of a tomato's calories comes from sugar and starch. But one medium tomato has about 22 calories and less than 4 grams of sugar. Does 3.7 grams of sugar make a tomato high carb? I used the University of Sydney's database to check the glycemic index of a raw tomato. It returned 7 records, and a raw, unprocessed tomato wasn't among the list. Besides comments about the foods not being good for diabetics, several commenters stated the foods aren't keto. This is interesting since the video's title is 20 high potassium foods, not 20 high potassium keto foods. The video featured 2 foods with 0 carbs and 17 foods with 0 added sugar. Calories for 10 out of 20 foods is primarily from carbs. 68% of a carrot's calories is from starch and sugar. But there is a huge difference between eating raw, unprocessed carrots and eating carrot cake. Most of a potato's calories comes from starch and sugar, about 77% for white potatoes and about 74% for sweet potatoes. Does this automatically mean you should ban all potatoes from your diet? Here's a carb quiz. Which has more carb calories? Sweet potatoes, or bananas? As I've stated, about 74% of a sweet potato's calories are from carbs. For a banana, it's 93%. Does this 93% figure mean you should stop eating bananas? Again, let's use the glycemic index. A banana's glycemic index varies depending on how ripe it is. But the category for a ripe, yellow banana has a GI of 51. Foods with a GI of 55 or less is classified as low. People needing to control their blood glucose are encouraged to eat low GI foods. Some takeaways are that most foods in the video are not high in carbs, starch, or sugar. Most high potassium fruits and vegetables are low in carbohydrates and sugar. And a food can have mostly sugar and starch calories and a low glycemic index. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching and healthy eating.